Alright guys, we go back to the 76 Grand Cross video. I am excited because now we have the full-on confirmation, and we kind of already knew. If you watched my last video about it, we got leaks from 76 Leaks confirming, not reconfirming, but teasing that it's going to be SHION coming with this new collaboration. And now with this new teaser, we have gotten full-on confirmation that yes, it is going to be slime. You can see right now that is the slime text. You can tell by looking at it basically, and then people down below translate it through the actual slime wiki somehow, and it does translate to Legends Returns. Just talk about the big elephant in the room, and that is LR Rimuru. Probably put in the thumbnail to do a little bit of clickbait. It is what it is. But is it gonna happen? I don't think so. I know when it says Legends Return, Legendary Rarity LR, people are going to jump to that conclusion. That's kind of why everyone's talking about it right now. But I don't think it's going to happen. The main reason why is because they already buff characters. You know, if we didn't see buff towards the last two collaborations, then sure, maybe I could say it can happen. And I did always say, to be fair, that if we ever do get an LR collab character, it would be Rimuru. I think me and Sora have been saying that for the longest of time. So, hey, if it's going to happen now, it would happen now. But if it doesn't, then my LR dreams for collab characters are kind of out of the window a little bit. But then again, the reason why a lot of us wanted a LR collab character was to buff them up, because before, Netmarble wasn't buffing up the old characters other than maybe a few little stat changes, and of course giving them a relic when you did do the rerun collaboration. But now with the fact that the last two collaborations we've gotten, they've gone out the way to buff up the actual characters, even something as little as the Overlord collaboration, that none of them really need the buffs. I mean, I guess apart from Ainz, right? Elbedo did not need a buff, and she got a buff. Granted, it was probably the most useless buff in the game by making a single target deal more damage, because the characters are still kind of good, right? Where I remember right now, you know, he can cook. I think so. If they want to get buff up his stats a little bit, add a little bit more towards the relic, which is probably what they're going to do, because we've yet to see him change actual skill effects, which to be fair is what LR would do, other than maybe increasing the actual more applied. But you gotta remember though, is that Rimuru, unlike the other club characters like, let's say, Ainz or Beto, for example, that have like unique actual skills, Rimuru shares the skills of other characters in the game. So for example, Pierce is universal. Like, this skill most likely won't get buffed. Same goes for obviously this infect skill too, unless they actually want to give it to an LLR, because then they can be more specific towards the character. Ultimate as well, gonna be the exact same. The only thing that's probably gonna change is his passive and also his relic, which to be fair is kind of all he needs. Like, the guy has good skills. A single target Pierce, if it goes along with what he wants and has better passives, is gonna do good. A little bit of stat buff too. He doesn't really need an LR. Would I like to see an LR? Definitely yes. And in fact, if I really would love it, if they make his LR the Raphael version of Rimuru, it'll be sick. I'll love it. And then of course the first confirmed character definitely coming, because the whole tease was about the character, and now that we know the characters from the anime, it's obvious. SHION is finally coming, which I am very, very happy for. She's a character I've been wanting from part 2, almost like 3 years ago now. So I'm very much looking forward to her. I cannot wait to see her in game. Don't talk too much about SHION, other than maybe her ultimate animation, or her ultimate being something similar to what she did in the recent episodes. I said recent, it was the start of the season. I'll probably throw a clip on screen so you can see it. But she essentially stood there all menacingly and actually counters back. So she actually unironically could be a counter character if they want to. The artwork I've used for this character, which you can see on screen now, is from Isekai Memories, which the game is still alive apparently, and it's actually doing really, really well. But yeah, she's a protector in that game, and no, I can't find the animation. I've looked and I can't find it, so apologies. If you play the game, then send me a link or something so I can see it. But yeah, her ultimate will be something similar towards the actual anime. So SHION is practically confirmed. But what about the second character? Well, right now it's up in the air. All we have so far is 2 characters that we can almost confirm it's going to be. It's either Diablo or it's either going to be Veldora. We'll talk about Diablo first, because that is, I think, the most obvious one a little bit. A lot of people want him because it's Diablo, is cool, right? But also because Diablo and obviously SHION have a kind of a chemistry a little bit, a little duo. You can see the artwork on screen. They are a pair a little bit. So I won't be surprised if we do obviously get Diablo. But then we got this little tease this morning from obviously 76 Leaks, who obviously previously leaked that SHION was coming towards the game, saying dubious food, which is obviously the tease towards SHION, and a picture of Broly. Now, I saw some people saying that Broly's devil, so is Diablo, therefore it could mean Diablo. But I think if we take it at face value, this most likely means it's going to be Veldora, because Broly is from Dragon Ball. Veldora does the move from Dragon Ball. Both OP. I'm going to take it as that, especially when you look back at the actual beta leak we got a really, really long time ago. They initially planned to do SHION and VELDORA, but instead scrapped both of them and released SHION instead because they wanted less money. And then for Diablo, if they base his move off the final season, very similar to what they're probably going to do for SHION, this is what the ultimate would be. Don't know entirely sure how it would work in Grand Cross. I mean, you could argue, look, identical to what we're seeing right now, right? Where he does his... What's it called? The spare time, that's it, yeah. Like crush it into a ball, it's hard. If that's he grabs it and then you hear like the Grand Cross sound effect of the AoE. Oh, it'd be sexy. I'll be sliming. So yeah, I am now a firm believer that it probably is going to be VELDORA. So yeah, be excited. But are we going to be disappointed? Because I know I was when I played Slime Isekai Memories over like 4 years ago now. And that was, he doesn't do the Kamikamiya or even the Street Fighter Tekken kick thing he does as well. It's obviously iconic towards the character, but it's probably not going to happen. The main reason why I say that is because I think they get some legal issues. I actually don't know too much, but I do know that Slime Isekai Memories hasn't done it, and if the own Slime gacha game can't even get Kamikamiya, you know, VELDORA, there's no way Netmarble is doing it, right? So any references towards other like mangas or animes that obviously he does do is probably going to happen. Could he still do the move? Yes, because people talked about it, but was it Vittoria does the Rasengan, apparently. Everyone says his Rasengan. She doesn't say it, but you never know. Maybe VELDORA can just do a beam blast, but not actually say the actual words. I think there's absolutely no way you can say it because there's got to be some legal issues, because I assume the other game would have done it by now, and other games have done an actual VELDORA collab. In fact, I imagine his ultimate will probably him transform into the dragon. That makes more sense towards me. So one thing I believe people are forgetting is the dev notes they actually mentioned a few months ago now in September. And obviously when I read this, I knew it was going to be for the collaboration because we always get a collab in October. But they do say here, reorganizing event bosses. So essentially they say they, you know, have buffed or changed the bosses from how they previously worked and make them a bit more challenging. But they do say our development team wants to reignite the excitement of past nights who challenge these event bosses in the early days, finding and sharing strategies. We would like to apply a method that can challenge knights depending on the level of growth with a slightly more difficult level than before to allow them to earn more rewards faster. Of course, we are preparing so we don't deviate from the direction of the events that all knights should be able to participate in. We are preparing the above for an October update, so that knights can experience a high level challenge that also brings faster completions of the events. So this is going to be the first time we get this new difficulty or whatever they decide to do to actually change how event bosses actually work. And this will be returning with Claimant, right? Claimant was the boss battle. We're not going to get a new one, I doubt it, because I don't know, maybe. You know, never say never, right? Like, I do think these last two updates on Grand Cross have been decent. Percival 4 Nights was a good update. The Esterosa was a good update. So, you know, if they want to bring back the trust in the community again, this will be a time to, like I said, change something or add something new to the collaboration, because this is the third time you're returning it and you didn't do anything the second time. Maybe they did a little bit more, right? Actually, no, I shouldn't say that. The second time they did do a lot because they had a Claimant, because he wasn't in the first part, because the first part was basically nothing. But then again, though, they might argue and say it's too much. And we already have the Ifrit raid boss, and then we have the Claimant raid boss. There's 2 raid bosses. Are they going to add another one? I would love just to even see it in game, Dragon Armor Million as a boss, just so I can get some satisfaction of seeing her in the game, because I know she's not going to be a playable character, maybe until we get part 4 in like 10 years time. But I say all this to say that, yeah, even though it's probably going to be the same collaboration event that we were used to, at least we'll be seeing something new for the first time, a new change that will once again make this collaboration a little more fresh, considering that it won't be fresh, but hey, it won't be a full-on like just one-to-one like how Love was last year, I guess. And then, of course, the 2 final things I want to talk about is the banner and also the characters. So the characters will receive new outfits, which I'm very happy about, because Rimuru had probably one of the worst outfits in the game. They miss with a lot of collaborations like in terms of outfits, but sometimes they do hit. It's mostly towards the girls. Maybe I'm biased, but like Shuna's outfit looks really, really good, but then you get Rimuru's like cringy demon green outfit, and I like green as well. They've never really been good, right? Like, you look at the Albedo ones, they're good. Iron's got shafted. Coctus too fair actually look pretty good too. Maybe I guess they know they're gonna sell well, where Rimuru is gonna sell well because it's Rimuru and you want to buy his outfits because, you know, money and stats, right? Where, yeah, he will get his final weapon and also cosmetic headpiece, which is going to be nice. Once again, I hope if they do decide to give him an outfit, it's from the anime rather than them making something up. But then again, I think the way they actually go about cosmetics nowadays is the actual free outfits typically are the ones from the actual anime, where the made up ones, because they're made up, they are actually paid. So my chances of getting like Raphael Rimuru, it's probably not going to happen. They're going to make something up, but I will probably actually buy it because I actually really do like Rimuru. To be fair, it will be very, very hard to beat this outfit, but if they do, then round of applause towards them. And of course, we have to wait and see, because I guess we don't even actually know right now, because they already have 555. Would they go out and give more actual outfits for them? They could, but we'll see. I hope they do, because once again, Milan, I actually like the character. So if we get any new outfit for her, it'd be sick. Once again, going back to it, if I can get that as an outfit, I'll definitely be paying for it. But then it also kind of ruins her chances of becoming a unit in part 4 if we ever get that like 4 years time. And then when it comes to Benimaru, if you like him, then sure. And maybe to get some crazy buffs, right? Who knows? And then, of course, the final thing we'll talk about is the banner. We do know there are 8 collab characters, 7 of them being SSRs. So the banner is going to be filled up with collab characters, being more than 50% chance to probably pull a character unless they really make the rate really, really low. But regardless, should be a lot easier to get Veldora, Diablo, or Shion, whoever the characters actually are, to get them duped out. I always say this, but part 2 collaborations are always really, really good to summon for, because you have a chance to pull the new characters at a higher rate, being 0.5, with 2 new characters on the banner. Remember, since the announcement of Origins, Grand Cross has stopped doing 2-person banners, but they only ever do it when you do collabs because they have to. So that's why I do love collaborations, because you get 2 new characters rather than 1. I mean, look at Esterosa. His banner's really, really bad. The only thing you want is him, where on the actual Slime collaboration, you want Pro Rimuru, you want the old collab characters, because if you pull the old collab characters, you can then trade up and sell their coins to buy the new characters, like obviously Shion, which means you can get duped out so much easier. Like, imagine on this banner if you could pull a Halloween character and then trade up to get Esterosa. I would 6-6 in rotation, and that's probably what I'm going to do for Shion, because the amount of times I've 6-6 like Eren or even Albedo or like Demiurge in one rotation, or near enough in one rotation, it's crazies. And 600 diamonds as well. They normally give out like 5 free multis, so you can probably near enough get a 6-6 character for 450 gems, and they're probably gonna be like festival level, especially if it's like Veldora or even Shion if they want to make it broken. But yeah, guys, let's get wrap up the video. We'll cover the news tomorrow if something comes out and it confirms, like, you know, Veldora. If you see like a dragon in the background or something like that, that'd be cool to see. So guys, thank you for watching. Let me know if you're excited. I like to say most people are excited because I do feel like Slime is probably the best collaboration in Grand Cross, at least what we've gotten so far, and probably what we can get. I know people think, oh, we're gonna get One Piece, Dragon Ball, Bleach. It's not gonna happen. Anything from Shueisha, not gonna happen. Even if you got something like Shangri-La Frontier, or with Solar Leveling, which I think are the 2 most likely collaborations if we do get a new one, I think even then Slime is probably better and more hyper. I think more people are just disappointed with the fact that it is a rerun and not something new. So while yes, we are getting a pretty cool collab being Slime, it's still a rerun. We've already seen the events, we've seen everything about it, but hopefully, like I said earlier on in the video, that new boss system has changed some things up a little bit. Probably not. I mean, regardless, I'm excited. Let me know if you are. We're definitely getting Shion 6-6, you know we are. And I mean, we got some gems, but we gotta remember this is the end of the year, and following in November, we're gonna get a pretty big banner. And I don't know what it is, but I will say Netmarble is probably doing something special for it. So yeah, you know, it'll be on the lookout for November, and I guess even going to December as well. New Melly, we can always guarantee that one. So guys, thank you for watching, and yeah, peace.